Hello my fellow investors and welcome back to another video on my wife's dividend portfolio journey. Sorry for not uploading this last week, guys. She felt a little bit bad, so it is what it is. But we're here today and yeah, we are going to take a look at how the portfolio has performed because it's gone down a little bit. Market has just been falling, which is actually a pretty good thing, seeing that we have a pretty good opportunity to buy into companies now. And with me, I have
me,
my lovely wife. So, are you ready to take a look at your portfolio?
I am ready.
Now, September, it is one of the best months for dividends.
All right.
Because most companies give out dividends on that month. And
is there a reason for that?
It's the last month of the quarter.
Oh, okay.
That's just that. Yeah, it's the last month of the quarter.
All right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at, how the portfolio did.
Okay.
Then we'll take a look at the few companies that have already given you a dividend, what companies are left, and then we'll take a look at how much your dividends have grown throughout the past couple months. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So starting off with the portfolio, you can see that on the day change. So this is on Friday. This thing fell 0.16%, 64 cents. Though, if you take a look over here at the 1 month change, which you can see right there, it's still up 12.34, but you can see that the graph has just gone down from 422 down to 410.
Okay.
Okay, so it is what it is. Now, on the 3 month ended, we can see that you're still up 65.71%.
Wow.
And on the 6 month ended, I believe you still don't have 6 months yet. I think this is your last month to get 6 months.
Yeah.
I believe so. So
I'm pretty sure.
so far on the 2 year, you're still up 1,543%. So obviously that's not completely accurate. So we'll just take a look at the 3 month. You're still up a significant amount. Now, let's take a look at your positions. Last time you saw this, you saw all of them in the green.
Right.
Unfortunately, now you see a few of them in the red, including T-Row. Take a look at T-Row, $105.44. You're down on this thing, $3.50. AVGO, you're down $1.37. Apple, you're down 29 cents. Chevron, you're up $1.56. Home Depot, you're up $2.32. And AbbVie, look at that, you're up almost $10 on it.
Wow.
So overall, you're up about $8.56 total. Now, the ETF that you hold, this one's actually fallen.
Wow.
Down to $71.29. You're down $2. And remember, you own one share of this, so you just add the $2.17 to this thing, and you can tell
how much we paid for it.
$73. Yeah, around $73. Remember, I gave you that money because ETFs, for some reason, you can't buy fractional shares, but it is what it is. So this is how your portfolio has performed. Now, let's take a look at the dividends that you have gotten this month, as well as the buy that I actually did for you this month as well. So here we have the history, and you can see that right there. Actually, on the first of, I don't think if I said this or not, but on the 1st of September, I bought you some Broadcom. I probably said this on the video. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But if I didn't, well, here you go. I did buy for her Broadcom on the 1st for a price of $875. Okay, $875.
Yeah, I think we did go over that.
I think so too, but just in case. And as of the 18th, I bought T-Row, some more T-Row, and I bought it at the price of $109. Yeah, so it went from $109 down to $105. So if this one keeps falling, I will probably buy more into this one because this is a big one. This is a really, really big one. And actually, I'm going to say something else here. There's another company that I'm half tempted to buy for you, which I'm going to tell you what it is in just 1 second. But there's another company that I'm half tempted to buy for. It's a new position.
Okay.
It's a company that you know.
Okay.
But man, it's fallen down a massive amount. But with that said, let's actually take a look at the dividends that she has gotten this month. And as you can see right here, this month you have had 2 dividend pays. All right, two checks, babe. Two checks. You got Chevron on the 11th for 33 cents, and you got Home Depot for 36 cents. Total of 69 cents. Okay.
Okay.
Well, why are you laughing at that number, huh?
Reason.
No reason. Okay. So there's actually a little bit more companies that still have to pay out for you this month, okay? And if we actually take a look at this calendar, this is the one that I have, but we share a lot of the same companies. Well, T-Row is going to pay out on the 28th, okay?
Okay.
And AVGO will pay out on the 29th.
There's quite a few of them on that.
You don't have most of these.
Right.
This is for me.
This is yours.
But yeah. Nonetheless, though, those 2 are still left to pay out. And after that's payout, if we actually come back over here, we can see that for the month of September, you're still left with $1.94 still to be paid out.
All right.
So you already got paid 69, you see up there. And then $1.94 still left. Now, You've had some concerns about like, oh, how it's taking so long and all that stuff, and how it just
Right.
isn't growing. So let's compare some of these to the previous months. Okay. So I like to compare the third of every month, just because those are like similar. So if we take a look at June, you got paid $2.16. Okay.
right.
What is that? For September, that will be what? 194 plus 69, which is $2.63. So you just went from 216 to 263. And if we take a look at now December, which is again the next, the last month, $2.90.
So it is going up.
It is going up. And on top of that, if I keep buying into more companies, right?
It'll go up more.
It'll go up more. So probably what's going to happen is by the time December hits, this thing will probably be around $3, even $4.
Okay.
Right? So, I get that it's going to take a long time, but there's two things that can happen in order for this thing to increase faster. One of them isn't in your control. The other one is in your control.
Right.
The one that isn't in your control is if the market falls. The one that is in your control is you could put more money in. Right. So you pick one of those two. There's something also that I've been meaning to ask you, and maybe we should talk about this. I don't want to buy into real estate companies, into REIT companies, because their dividend, you get taxed fully. There is no tax incentive.
Don't do that.
Here's the thing, though. The majority of these yields are massive, like really big. There's a few of these companies' yields that are like insane. In fact, I could actually show you two of them and you're going to be like, that's crazy. So we'll talk about that maybe afterwards, if you maybe just want to invest in them for a little bit and then get out of them. You get me? If you want. But it really is up to you. Nonetheless, though, let's come now into her spreadsheet. Now, I already updated all of this, but I also added this over here. And what I did here is just to show you how much each company's yield has gone up or down based on the market going up or down. So this is the previous one and this is the current one. So we got SCHD. SCHD before was 3.53 yield and now it's 3.67. Look at that. Because now the company fell down to 71.29. Meaning that if you were to buy into this company right now, you would lock in a yield of 367.
All right.
Okay? For T Row, you could see that it was 445, and now it's, look at that,
463.
Almost 5% yield. That's really big. Chevron stayed exactly the same. AbbVie actually went down by 0.01. Apple stayed the same, and Broadcom went up a little bit, as you can see over there, from 216 to 2.22. At one point, this thing was under 800. But it went back up, so it is what it is.
Right.
And lastly, Home Depot, look at this, from 2.6 to 2.73. So if you were to buy into these companies right now, especially the ones that are in the red, you would essentially lock in that yield. It would average out to the previous ones that you've made before, but you would essentially lock it in. And yeah, you would make 3.67% on T-Row, on SCHD, which is crazy, and 4.63 for T-Row, which is a lot, right? Which is a lot. Now, the whole purpose of this portfolio, guys, is because, for her to pay, or for her portfolio to eventually pay the expenses, things that, for example, like streamings, right? Live streamings. And also you have another one that's for the child that you sponsor.
Right.
And we are currently tracking this. Now, you saw this last time and you got very disappointed because it's only $1.26, right? And you need to get to 815. So this 815, sweetheart, it's not the average per month.
Right.
This is the annual.
Right.
This is the total.
Yes.
Okay? This is the total. Okay, let's actually see what would happen if we were to get rid of, I don't know, you don't want to get rid of this one, right?
Right.
Absolutely not. So let's just get rid of these. Let's just keep, which one would you like to keep? Which of the streaming services? Just pick one.
You can get rid of Netflix.
I can get rid of Netflix, and I only want to keep one, though.
Only one?
I just want to show you how much this is going to go down by.
Okay, get rid of, get rid of Disney and Hulu.
So Netflix, Disney, and Hulu?
Yeah.
And Discovery?
Sure.
Okay, so we're only going to keep Paramount and then the child sponsorship, okay? So we're going to now get rid of Hulu, Netflix, and Disney, and Discovery, okay? And getting rid of Discovery, Netflix, Disney, and Hulu Look at how much that goes down by.
Almost $300.
Almost $300. So this is what I mean, is that it's this number over here, this is subjective to whatever you want.
Right.
Right? It doesn't, like, if you want to get rid of something or you want to add something, it'll be more, it'll be less, but at the end of the day, it really is subjective, right? Just like how whenever you want to get like a new streaming service, you cancel one just to get another one.
Right.
Right. We can do the same thing for this. And you don't have to, do $4.99 once this thing gets to $4.99, which, by the way, babe, look at this. It's $1 already 26.
Mm-hmm.
$1.26. You started this, what, less than 6 months ago?
Yeah.
And you're already more than a fifth of the way there.
That's good.
You're already 20%. You're already 20% of the way there, more than 20%. So you're doing really, really good. Now, again, you can change this. If you want me to change it, we can change them. It's not really a problem. But I just want you to see that this number over here is not the average, okay? These are the averages.
Right.
This needs to take one of these. The total, this annual year right over here, right? Or essentially in here, right? This one right here. This one, actually in the next 12 months, sorry. In the next 12 months, this 1502 needs to get to 800, whatever. But the average could be essentially, anything of this. You get me? Okay. So don't get discouraged. As you just saw that graph, it is growing, right? It is growing. In fact, I made that graph over here too. So I'm going to be tracking all of these dividends as the months passes. I already put in this one because I already did it. As you can see, look at that right there, from 216 to 263. Okay?
Okay.
So if we want to compare this one to, for example, mine, well, look at what it was back when it was in January of 2020. 16 cents. January of 2021, 35.51. January of 2022, 175.
Then it went up a lot.
And then it went down a little bit because one of my companies was sold. It was forced. Essentially just they got bought out and they sold it out of my portfolio. But that's the reason why. So I mean, if you compare your Junes, your every 3 months to mine, you can essentially foresee this. Look at that, from 32.89 to 835, and that's still not done yet.
Right.
Actually, this one is done yet. Sorry, I'm looking at September. Sorry, but yeah, from 32.89 to 835. So do not get discouraged. Do not get discouraged. It is what it is. The name of the game is consistency, right? If you go to the gym for the first time ever, are you going to see results?
No.
What about if you go the following day?
No.
The following day after that?
No.
So you will need to do it for a really long time,
yes,
year plus, in order to start seeing the results, right?
Yes.
Same principles apply. Okay? It's little by little, baby steps. Now, again, there's two things that you could do to increase this yield. Obviously, one of them is put in more money.
Right.
Right? Which, if the market's falling, it really is up to you. This is your portfolio, not mine. If you want me to take out more money, I can. But something else that can happen is stocks fall. And, well, I didn't want to invest into REIT companies because the dividend yield isn't tax qualified.
Okay.
So the dividend is a non-qualified dividend, meaning that the taxes you get from it, you get taken from it, it's in full. Unlike these ones that you have a tax benefit, they get taxed at a much lower rate. Okay. But with that said, so here what you're looking at, sweetheart, it is the S&P 500, pretty much the entire 500 biggest companies here in the United States, okay?
Okay.
Now, I'm going to bring you to the real estate sector. And as you can see, they're all in the red.
I can see that.
By a lot, right? You got 5, 4, 6, 7, 81, right? You got a ton of them that are in the red by a lot. And this is just in this week alone. Just this past week. So this means that most likely these companies, because they have fallen, their yield's really, really high. In fact, I'm going to show you two of them that I'm invested into and that they have a massive yield. So the first I'm going to show you, it is Crown Castle International. They own the cell towers for companies like Verizon, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So Verizon, AT&T, they own the software, but not the infrastructure. They own the infrastructure.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. This one and another one, it's called American Tower, is similar things, right? Similar things. But take a look at this yield. This thing has fallen such an amount that the yield is 6.81.
Wow.
That's a lot. That's a lot. These will get taxed in full, meaning that the current bracket that you're in, you would be taxed at that rate for these dividends, okay? Now, the other one that I like, and it's man, I absolutely adore this one.
Okay.
It is Realty Income. Now, Realty Income, my rule for this is anything under 60 is a buy. Look at this thing right now.
51, 56.
Now, the beauty about this one is that, well, look at that yield. It's a little bit lower than the other one, right? 5.96.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about this one is, look at this. What does that say right there?
Monthly.
So it means they pay out monthly.
Do they pay every month?
They pay every month on the 15th of every single month.
Wow.
Every single month. And look at this. They have grown this dividend for 25 consecutive years. Okay? 25 consecutive years. So, again, we can buy into these ones if you want me to. But understand that you are going to get taxed. These dividends are going to get taxed a lot.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Okay, so, I mean, just FYI, that would really make your yield go up, though, by a lot. Like, that would make your yield go, like, skyrocket instantly.
Yeah.
Now, another company that I've actually been looking at that has actually fallen a massive amount, and I already bought into, but I'm thinking about buying into you. It's not a REIT company. It is a normal company, and it's actually a company that you really like.
Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse. Look at this thing. 95.62 and 96.12 after market.
Yeah.
This thing is crazy. This thing, I mean, well, let's just take a look at...
People love them rolls and the cinnamon butter.
Look at this graph. Look at this graph. From a peak of 118, look at that, boom, instant collapse to 95. Now, the reason why I actually adore this one is, well, the yield isn't as high, right? But look at that 5-year CAGR. They have grown this dividend on the 5-year at 17%. Now, what's a little bit concerning about it is this. Mm-hmm. But if we take a look at why they only have 0 years of dividend payment, which is, you know, it is what it is, it means that they haven't consecutively increased it.
Okay.
Normally, that would be a red flag. But if we take a look at the dividend history, well, we can see the gap. Mm-hmm. Look at when the gap happened.
During COVID.
So, is it really...
It's reasonable. Though.
Right. It's not really their fault. You get me? So I look at this and I'm just like, you know what? I don't think it's that bad. And even then, after they came back in, 36 cents when they stopped it, 40 cents when they returned. So, you know, they're still okay. I don't see that as too much of an issue. So this is actually one that I'm contemplating on buying for you.
Okay.
I really am. Even though the yield is a little bit low, it's not like one of those REIT ones. It's still one that I think you would benefit a lot from. Okay?
Okay.
So, yeah, that pretty much does it for this video, everybody. Hopefully everybody liked. And does that give you newfound hope for this thing now? Maybe. It does? I mean, look, we can change stuff. We can buy into REIT companies if you want. You know, at the end of the day, you're going to be paying taxes anyways. Right? Because of me. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, we can. So if hopefully this gives you new hope. I said, this is possible. You just have to stick with it. Okay? All right. Anyways, guys, that pretty much does it. Y'all can follow us on the YouTube sites. Link is in the description below. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Really does help here with the algorithm on YouTube as well as Rumble. The goal is 3,000 subs by the end of the year. I don't know if we'll make it, but prove me wrong. And 200 on Rumble by the end of the year. So thank you all so much for watching. Peace out, and we will see you all next time.
Bye.